What's up, guys? Way to take care of day number 2. Again, this is your cool down stretch number 2, and this is for days 2 and 5 here. Okay, your movements here, you'll start with your hand stretch. We'll come back here and we'll hold this for 1 to 5 minutes. Once we go 1 to 5 minutes here, then we'll flip one hand over at a time, place that back of that palm down, and then rotate out in front. And we'll stretch or rotate in here for about 1 to 5 minutes. Once you get your arm straight, that's great, and then you can start pulling back to intensify the stretch. And from here, once you go there, we'll take this to your child's pose. With your child's pose, you're gonna walk your hands out as far as front of you as possible, and then from there, sink your hips back behind you as far as you possibly can, let your knees fall to the outside, and pull back. This is a great recovery position, feels fantastic. You can rotate a little bit to maximize this for 1 to 5 minutes. We'll take that to thread the needle. We'll thread the needle here. I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna reach as far as I can. And rotate my shoulders as far as I can this way. And once I rotate as far as I can this way, then I'm gonna pull up towards the ceiling to try to create a straight line up top. And through here as far as you possibly can. If you need to bend this arm to see if you can get the back of this shoulder, ideally. Back of that shoulder on the ground, and then rotate it all the way up. Same thing on both sides for 1 to 5 minutes. All right, guys, we'll take your thread the needle to your frog with your knees out as far as possible, hands on the ground. You're gonna try to pull up first and hold for 20 seconds. This is gonna be pulling really big in here. And from there, once you go for 20 seconds, pulling all the way up towards the ceiling, then you'll come down, let the knees go wider, chest will come down towards the ceiling, tailbone will point up towards the ceiling, and then push back, feeling the stretch in between your legs really good. Again, hang out here for 1 to 5 minutes, and then from there you'll take that into your pigeon pose. With your pigeon pose, you'll start into your bear, cross that leg into the center, the other leg will come behind. From here, you'll slide that leg back. You wanna make sure that your hips stay flat facing the ground. Don't let the hip turn over here. Hip stays flat facing the ground. Reach that leg back as far as possible. Reach your arm as far as possible. Stay in there, wiggle. You can reach through if you want to. All right, stretch that out. Again, 1 to 5 minutes on both sides. We'll take that up here to your kneeled hamstring and kneeled hip flexor. Let's go hip flexor first. Creating a straight line between this knee, hip, and shoulder. This leg will out be in front of you. You'll take it out to the side a little bit here. Squeeze the back side here. Keep this a straight line. Elbow will come up towards the ceiling, and your knee will come forward as far as it possibly can. Again, you're gonna hang out here for 1 to 5 minutes. After you stretch it here, feel a really good stretch, and come back and see if you can go a little bit further into that stretch, guys. Hip rotation will be the thing to watch out from there. Once this leg gets all the way out here, pull that toe up towards the ceiling. You're gonna torch your tailbone back as far as possible. Chest will come towards the knee, reaching out as long as you can here. This is the hamstring stretch here. You'll be able to reach over to this side as well as to the other side to feel it on different hamstring heads there. Again, 1 to 5 minutes on both sides. Last but not least, you'll use a wall for your calf stretch. We'll come here, get a nice sturdy base. That foot up there as high as you possibly can tolerate here. And your objective here is what that toe or with that foot not moving to drive your hips as close as possible towards that wall. So I'm going here, I'm standing tall, and I'm trying to pull my hip forward. Once I max out here, I can hang out here and hold it for 1 to 5 minutes, or I can bring my other knee up to maximize that stretch even more. And this leg just went up on the wall. All right, guys, that is your stretch routine number 2, and again, that'll be used for day number 2 and 5. See you guys on day 3. Let's get it. Oh, before day 3, there's one more stretch. You're twisting scorpion. Here, laying down flat, elbows down. Make sure those elbows do not come off the ground here, okay, guys? The leg will reach up towards the ceiling. You'll reach it around your body as far as it possibly can. Again, I'm gonna let it flow and let gravity do its thing, but I'm not gonna let this elbow come off the ground. As this foot touches the ground, rotate the knee up towards the ceiling. Again, 1 to 5 minutes on both sides, guys. It feels amazing. All right, now this time for real, day 3.